Michael Sweet, the frontman of Stryper, has supported Kiss once more in response to Dee Snider's criticism of Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons for having Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer, the current members of Kiss, dress up as Ace Frehley's and Peter Criss's respective Spaceman and Catman characters. This happened back in 2020. Listening to the interview and responses, I have to say I think they are actually both right in a way. I'll explain, and also toward the end I will tell you my take on who I believe is slightly in the wrong. Please understand this is just my humble opinion and is subject to error. My opinion changed a short time after watching the interview with Dee Snider. When I started watching it, it was Dee Snider the rock star. But later on, while thinking about what he said and the way he said it, my thinking changed a bit. Michael Sweet said it was really none of Dee Snider's business what Kiss did, saying it was their band and their brand, which is true. It isn't any of Dee Snider the rock star's business. But if you listen to the interview, which I'll leave a link down in the description, I felt like it stopped being the rock star and you started hearing Dee Snider the Kiss fan. Honestly, to me that changed my entire way of thinking about it. After him telling how he bought their first album the minute it came out, even getting it before they added the song Kissing Time to it, and how he was lip-syncing every song in front of a mirror, even doing Paul Stanley facial expressions and movements, I started seeing things in a different light. I wasn't listening to a rock star with a big ego bashing another band. I was listening to a Kiss fan saying he was very unhappy that someone else took over Ace Frehley and Peter Criss' place. He went on to say that you had Vinnie Vincent and Eric Carr come in to be members of Kiss and had their own characters, and he said that was cool, but Thayer and Kulick taking their characters was wrong. I know that when that happened there were those that it didn't bother and others that it did. Some are and will always be lovers of the original four and will never be thrilled about the replacements. And you have Stanley and Simmons who will defend the ones who replaced the original ones. There are good points on both sides. Maybe it's like they do some famous ballplayers when they go out, they retire their numbers. Maybe Kiss could have done that, but they didn't, and that definitely is their business. I really do believe Dee Snider said those things as a big Kiss fan and not a rock star. It is disappointing, and here is the one that I think could have handled it a little better than he did. Paul Stanley, instead of saying well that's his opinion, retaliated and called Snider a wannabe and him and his band buffoons. Maybe he was offended and said those things, I don't know, but please watch the video yourself and tell me what you think. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. Please like and subscribe and keep coming back. See you next time.